Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another Fate Reforged and Dragons of Tarkir pre-release draft. So let's see what we've got here. We've got Hedonist Drove as the rare. I don't think I want to take that. It's a cool card. I think it's just a little bit too expensive for what you get. So I guess I'm looking at Deadly Wanderings, which is certainly a strong card. Motivates you to have a slightly less creature count, I would say. Someone made the argument that it works well with dash, but I'm not sure exactly why. I mean, if you're dashing, you're just going to dash one creature a turn? Like, I don't get it. I don't know why it would be better with dash. You dash one creature a turn and just it gets Death Touch and Lifelink, and then you don't play any other creatures? I don't know. I don't really get that. I think I'm going to take the Enduring Victory because it's removal. Not insane removal, but the fact that it can be a combat trick plus removal, I think does in fact make it a pretty sexy pickup. Okay. Follow-up pick. Well, the card that stands out to me is Ruthless Deathfang, which admittedly is not the most ideal follow-up after an Enduring Victory. But the fact that this synergizes so well with Exploit, which is in both blue and black, really makes me want to follow up with it. There's also Sprinting Warbrute, Vulturous Aven, which is one of those cards I was just talking about. It's going to work well with the Deathfang. Hardened Berserker's cool, Hand of Silumgar, a lot of other cool playables here, but I think the Ruthless Deathfang's what I want. I definitely value the dragons. And this one synergizing so well with Exploit, I think makes it the most appealing to me. Okay, Profound Journey. It's a cool one. A little bit expensive. Here's a Herd Chaser Dragon. I do like the dragons. This cycle is not amazing. They're all fine, but not amazing. I think I like the Hand of Silumgar more than I like the Reduce in Stature. And there's also a 3-mana 1/4 flyer, which isn't too bad actually. It's not very good aggressively, but I guess I like Hand of Silumgar enough aggressively and offensively and defensively where I don't have any problems taking it here. So otherwise, maybe the best card is like Guardian Shieldbearer or Herd Chaser Dragon maybe, but I'm going to take Hand of Silumgar, which is a fine 2-drop. If I was going to build a deck around either of these two cards, I would go towards the Ruthless Deathfang because I think it's better. All right, can take the Monument. It's certainly fine here. Not incredible, but certainly fine. What's Commune with Lava do again? Exile top X cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. Yeah, it's not bad. I don't think that makes me... This doesn't really excite me enough to jump into red. I do like the Monument a lot, though. I do think the Monuments are a good cycle. I think I'm just going to take that here. I'm not really passing up anything of real substance. Actually, Negate's a good card. Negate is pretty good. I'm still going to take the Monument, I think, and hope to see another Negate. Okay. Bell-Toll Dragon. Well, I think we're probably just going to take the Ojutai's summons. Oh, Corpseweft too. Jeez. Well, after that guy played that against me, man, Corpseweft played well. This is kind of our pack, actually. It's also got Anticipate in it. All very good cards. All right, so we're not taking Anticipate, despite the fact that it's good. I think I'm just going to take Ojutai's summons. I think that's more exciting to me than the Bell-Toll Dragon. But Corpseweft is kind of the curious one. I guess it's a do nothing unless you have creatures in your graveyard, but if I get enough Exploit, Corpseweft's going to be pretty awesome. And it's rare. That's tough. I'm still going to take Ojutai's summons, I think. I think I'd rather get the Rebound Flyers, especially since I can play it turn 4 off a Silumgar Monument. That's pretty enticing. All right, Rakshaw's a Gravecrawler. Well, it already has Exploit, which I like. Yeah, this card's bonkers, actually. 5 mana 3/6. already not bad. Exploit something and get 2 zombies. This card's insane. This card's absolutely insane. I'm happily taking it here. That's another one of those cards where you played it off a turn 3 monument and you're feeling pretty good. A second Ojutai Summons. I'm going to take that over the Sidisi's Faithful. This card just plays really well. I really like it a lot. I mean, when you're behind, it kind of sucks, but you're still getting like a chump blocker for a couple turns, which isn't terrible. I think for now, I'm probably ready to just boot out, just pull the ripcord on the Enduring Victory. I don't have to, but let's take the summons pretty happily there. Okay, now we have Shambling Goblin, Zephyr Scribe, and nothing else in blue or black that I'm really interested in. I think I'm just going to take the Scribe. I like looter effects a lot, and the fact that we already have multiple spells that, you know, can make it untap does not hurt, and definitely Rebound helps a lot with that ability as well, so happy to snag a looter. Alright, tabled the Hedonist Trove. This could be a Wandering Tomb Shell deck. I'd rather have this than the Carp, since we don't have anything in the 4 slot at the moment. And 1/6 into Ojutai Summons is pretty nice, or even the Gravecrawler to get a couple dudes. I guess the bottom line is, I'm not terribly excited to play Tomb Shell. Maybe I could just take the Trove then. Or whatever, I'll take it. I don't think we're playing it. I'm just not excited enough about I'm much more excited about a 3-mana 1/4 flyer than I would be about a 4-mana 1/6. Alright, Hardened Berserker is cool. It's a pretty late one too. Yeah, we're just going to take the Updraft Elemental. I like 1/4 flyer much more than I like 2/5 defender that enters tapped. Almost goes without saying. Yeah, I mean, Foul Tongue Shriek is going to be a card if you're, you know, pretty aggressive, but we are not. I think we're just going to take a second Elemental. Not terribly excited about it, but certainly a fine card. Here, this really isn't looking like that much of a Taigam Strike deck, since most of our guys evade anyway. So I think we're just going to take Virulent Plague as like a sideboard card. I could see it being good. It's certainly good against us, since we have the Ojutai Summons. Alright, take a Tomb Shell now. Take a Keeper of the Lens. I don't think we want to play it. Okay, well, pretty successful pack 1. To be honest, I don't think we're going to be doing Hedonist Trove. I don't think we are. It's pretty expensive for not immediate effect. Ooh, Sidisi's a good open, considering it's on color. Anything else of substance in here? Yeah, we've got like Encase in Ice, which is good. Defeat, I like. Karsi Sadist is something we could very easily table. It's going to pair well with our Ruthless Deathfang. So does the Silumgar's Scorn, but we only have 1 dragon currently. Definitely a Sidisi pick. Really nice synergy with the Ruthless Deathfang once again. So definitely slamming that. Yet another reason I'm happy I took my Monument. We have plenty of 5-drops that I would like to ramp into. Okay, so now we have some interesting options here. Oops. Wait, no, I don't want to take that. Is there a way to X out of it? Oh, thank God. All right, I probably want Dutiful Attendant. The reason being, it synergizes well with any of our exploit, which I guess currently we only have 2, but we can find some more. It's a good blocker. I could take the Drowner. And get just another exploit instead of the Attendant. Drowner's pretty good too. Let's put cards in the art as well. It's pretty nice. I mean, pack 3 is going to have our Delve cards. That's tough. Currently only rocking 2 exploit cards. Maybe I do take the Drowner. That's tough. I like the Attendant too. I think I'm going to go with the Drowner here. And I like the Belltoll Dragon, by the way. But, oh, moved everything. Oh, I hate that. Okay. So, Flatten, pretty good removal. Minister of Pain, more exploit. Got a rare dragon here? Jeez. Wow, that guy's awesome. Hyper efficient. Could take it, splash it. Works better with dash, I would say. Although it's whenever a creature, any creature gets boosted. This card's insane. Card is absolutely insane. I think I'm still just going to take Flatten because it kills it at least. And it doesn't make me, gear my deck towards splashing a dragon. I do think that's a worthwhile splash. I'm just going to cut this Hedonist Trove now. Every time I look at it, it's like, you're so expensive. Yeah, Flatten feels good, though. I do like this. Instant speed, especially. We'll take it. All right, here's our negate. We can get that now. There's a reduce in stature, which is fine. Descent of the Dragons is a pretty strong card, actually, I think. I'm fine with negate. Yeah. I like reduce in stature, too. I think it's fine. I'm going to take negate, though, because I think I like it more. 4 toughness dudes with Gate Smasher. Jeez. Double Updraft Elemental, Drowner, Tomb Shell, not the summons, but Sidisi, and Rakshasa Gravecrawler, and Deathfang? Wow. That is interesting. I think Gate Smasher might actually be a card this deck could play. Otherwise, I take Duress, maybe? Which I don't have a problem with. But for some reason, this Gate Smasher is looking super appealing right now. I mean, get some 4/4 flyers with these elementals. 4/4 trample flyers. I'm going to take the Gate Smasher. I think this might actually be the deck for it. Okay, Mind Rot's fine. I could just take Self-Inflicted Wound. It's a good sideboard card. I actually don't have a problem with Mind Rot, but I think I'm going to take the Wound instead. It's a, like I said, pretty good sideboard card to get. Alright, Shambling Goblin seems like something pretty valuable for this deck, but we're going to take the Faithful because it's got Exploit and it's another card we can equip Gate Smasher to, so that's kind of... Not even kind of, that's just really appealing. It's a really good card for our deck. Going for this 4 toughness theme. Alright, we can get another Looter or we can get a Reduce in Stature. Removal in the deck currently is Negate, Flatten, kind of Ruthless Deathfang, but it requires other stuff. I think I'd still rather have the Zephyr Scribe. I mean, technically, Sidisi's Faithful is kind of a removal spell. Not really. It's more like tempo. But I just like looter effects a lot. 3 mana 2/1's not great, I admit, but I'm going to take it anyway. Alright, Karsi Sadist tabling. There is Silumgar Scorn, which is either a more expensive Force Spike or, in our deck, if we happen to have a dragon, we only have 1 though. No, I think we're going to go for the Sadist, get some more exploit. Alright, Table Dutiful Attendant, which is just fantastic with all these exploit dudes we have at this point. How many are we up to? We got 1, 2, 3, just 5? Okay. This is a great exploit enabler. Alright, another Updraft Elemental, which this Gate Smasher has never been more playable, I don't think. This is amazing. Very happy with all of these Updraft Elementals with our Gate Smasher. I hope this works out for us. Guess we'll take Foul Tongue Shriek. Maybe it's good against us. Someone plays Hyper Aggro. Contradict is playable. Certainly not amazing, but it's playable. Wishes it was dismissed. I'm going to hate Tormenting Voice because I think it's actually a reasonable card for red decks. And we're currently only 2 cards away from an actual deck, which is pretty nice. So currently the weakest card in our deck is likely probably the Karsi Sadist. Archfiend of Depravity is an amazing card to open. Very happily first picking that. Otherwise, Gurmag Angler with Gurmag Drowner is fantastic. I mean, they both have Gurmag on them. What could go wrong? Otherwise, Typhoid Rat seems like something really nice for this deck too. Buys us some time early. But Archfiend is, of course, much too good to pass up, so we'll take it. All right, Meringue River Prowler technically works in this deck since we've got some pretty reasonable dudes to support it. Keeps coming back. You know, it's not bad. And it works well with Exploit now that I think about it. It's like a sack effect to Exploit. That's kind of interesting. I like that. We need to have black permanents though. So we have 1, 2, 3. No, wait. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not the worst count. Otherwise, I'm taking a Jeskai Sage, which actually, I think the problem with taking River Prowler over Sage is, well, they both actually function so similar. That's what's weird. They're both really good with Exploit. I feel like there's a better chance River Prowler tables, but it is really good, and that's tough. I think because they're both good Exploit fodder, I'm going to take the Sage because it actually nets me a card. Whereas River Prowler is unblockable and it comes back. I don't know. I think those were like equally good. I guess the main argument is Jeskai Sage can block and it gives us... Yeah, actually that's the reason this Sage was the right pick. So I'm glad I went with my gut on that because we kind of need some more early game. Not that Updraft Elemental is a good little way to buy some time though. I will say that. What's the weakest card in our deck now? Yeah, let's ditch the Contradict. We're going to upgrade that. We're currently rocking 18 creatures, including Ojutai summons. And yeah, you can count them as multiple creatures, I guess, but I don't want to. All right, Noxious Dragon seems like a reasonable pickup here. I don't think we need Enhanced Awareness necessarily for this deck. And Noxious Dragons, besides being a good 6-drop, it's another thing I can gate smash with. Smash some gates. All right, Noxious Dragon is fine. Certainly good. Sultai Emissary is an excellent exploit fodder. The main issue, and it's a 2-drop. The issue being Lotus Patchin is just presumably a better card because it's just good. It's just a really good card. I do like Sultai Emissary. I think Jin is good enough, is better enough than it, where I'm going to take the Jin over the Emissary. And I think I'm actually cutting the Karsi Sadist at this point, which isn't a bad card, but it's the worst card we have, I think. I'm going to take Lotus Batgen. All right, rewarded with Emissary now, which I'm happily going to pick up and take. There's also Whisk Away in here, which is interesting because I think Whisk Away is good too. We are light on removal. Flatten, Sidisi's Faithful, Archfiend, I guess, sort of. Ruthless Death Fiend, sort of. Noxious Dragon, sort of. A lot of sort ofs. There's probably enough sort of removal in our deck where I'm just going to slam this Emissary. Whisk Away is also a better like tempo card, meaning if I had like if I had a really low curve, I think Whisk Away is bonkers in those states. But in decks like this, it's just good. And in this deck, I think Emissary is great because of the quantity of exploit we have as well as the lack of low curving cards we have. I think I definitely am not going out on a limb when I say Sultai Emissary got significantly better with Dragons of Tarkir. All right, we're going to take Whisk Away here, though, because like I said, it's still good. Still, at the very least, good for our deck. I think we're going to sideboard Negate to start it off. I think Negate's a good card, but it's probably a better sideboard card. I really want to keep Gate Smasher around. I think I have to for this deck, too, by the way. Something to keep in mind, if I ever get, like, let's say I have a Lotus Patch in out, I can play Gate Smasher, equip it. Does it fall off as, maybe it does fall off as soon as the creature's toughness becomes 4 or less. I figured it can be attached only, yeah, I think it falls off. If the creature gets less than 4 toughness, it falls off. is my opinion. Not my opinion. I should know. I'm pretty sure it falls off. Noxious Dragon, now, second one. Granted, it's another 6-drop. It is another 6-drop. It's a powerful dragon, though. And I like it more than the Sibsig Host. We have to find cuts in our fantastic deck. Oh, Wandering Tomb Shell's still in here. Yeah, we can cut you. Despite the fact that you can Gate Smash all day. So can Noxious Dragon. Alright, we'll take the dragon. Here, guess we'll take the Vengeance, which is not a terribly exciting card, but certainly a fine sideboard card against Omega aggro decks with a lot of X1s. Right into Being is a perfectly reasonable card. There's also Rakshas's Disdain, but I don't think we need that. And Ugin's Construct, but I don't think I want that either. I'm not even sure we have enough cards to cut where I'm going to play this right into Being. We have a fairly high curve, I guess. Sibsig Host. Yeah, I mean, you can Gate Smash with it. I need to stop saying you can Gate Smash with everything. That's just... This is just a card I would like to play because we seem to have a good deck for it. We do seem to have a good deck for it, though. Maybe here I just hate the best card, which is probably the Feral Cruciak, maybe. Maybe it was the Just Sky Rune Mark, I'm not sure. I'm not going to play any of these. I think we take Channel Harm. That card has a lot of upside, I think. Alright, here I guess, snag a... I don't even know. I don't care too much about any of these. Just take a cheap creature. I think Fierce Invocation got better, so I'm going to hate that. Hungering Yeti is certainly a powerful card, and last pick, Sibsig Host, sure. Not going to play it. So we have to make 2 cuts. This should be interesting. Maybe we are cutting the right into Being. I do have a lot of 5-drops, but I also have the Monument, which this seems like a great Silumgar Monument deck. I'm really happy that that pick worked out as well as it did. So grand total exploit number. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 exploit. Any other ways to sacrifice creatures besides that? I don't think so. Besides the 4 exploit cards, I don't think we do. So I do have to make some cuts. This much is clear. I think we are going to cut the right into Being. I actually like the card. Maybe I like it more than... Problem is, I really don't have a lot of incentive to cut these Updraft Elementals. They're pretty excellent blockers. And we have just a great late game plan in this deck with double summons, Gravecrawler, Archfiend, Sidisi, double Noxious Dragon, Ruthless Deathfang. I'm really not tempted to cut much from this deck. Certainly none of our 1 or 2 drops. Likely not any of our 3 drops. But none of our 5 or 6 drops. So I guess it has to be... I think we have to cut some of our 3 drops. And I think the one that's going to get on the chopping block right away is the right into Being. Possibly the second one being the Zephyr Scribe. Because we already have one. And when it boils down to it, it's a 3-mana 2/1. And I do like looting, though. But I think I want to play all of these other cards. Removal Suit, or Suite, rather, is pretty low. We've got Flatten and Whisk Away. And some Death Touchers. And then our Dragons, which I guess, yeah, they sort of destroy stuff. All right. Well, I like the way the deck looks. Looks like a fun deck. Decent sideboard options. Our curve's not too atrocious. I do think we can very easily steal some games with... Gate Smasher's a little bit clunky, I guess, but Gate Smasher with... Let's do a grand total count. Gate Smasher can equip 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess 5 if you count the Monument, but that's too much mana. I'm not going to count the Monument. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards. Yeah, Gate Smasher's just totally in this deck. All right, so our curve's a little bit high, but still going to justify 17 lands with the Silumgar Monument. So we have like 18 ways to get lands. We're pretty even on black and blue, I guess, but I think the low curve is really where you should decide, and, well, what do you know? We're dead even. All right, I guess we err towards blue then, since we have more blue, and they do, of course, as well. Overall, I like this deck a lot. It's still difficult. It's still early enough in the format. I mean, we're still in pre-release, where it's difficult for me to establish numbers on this deck, but I really like this deck, actually, a lot. Sidisi is fantastic. Archfiend's great. We're low on removal, which I think is going to take some points away from this deck, and our curve is a little bit higher than I like, but we have some very powerful cards. Double Ojutai Summons is great. Super high creature count, if you include the summons. So low removal count, low early curve, which could pose some problems, but I like the way this deck looks. I like it a lot. I think it could play very well for us. So going to jam it like this. If I was to put a number to it, I'd put fairly high. I would have to put a fairly high number. I feel like Updraft Elemental is a good way to buy us some time as well. So I'd like to put this at like an 8 out of 10, but that seems too high. So I'm going to go 7.5, just based on good, at least mid-game protection and great rares and good, just excellent late game. Lacking a little bit in the early game and removal, but just a very sound late game plan. So 7.5 out of 10 is my final number, and we'll see you in round 1.